It's really a different situation when we're doing a relaxation, when we feel like we're just overwhelmed and depleted and empty. So, if that's your situation right now, if that's what you feel, just notice what that feels like in your body. Notice it's physical. There's often a feeling of exhaustion in our body. It certainly can be mental. The thoughts, I'm overwhelmed, I'm at the end of my rope. Everybody wants something from me, and nobody's taking care of me. So notice your thoughts as well. And for a couple of minutes, just surrender to that. I feel exhausted. I have nothing left to give. And notice where you are on that continuum. You might be right at the edge where you literally have nothing more to give. Or you might be somewhere a little bit along the line, but not quite at the end of your rope. But wherever you are on that, allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you feel. And as you're letting your body relax, let your shoulders soften and get heavy. See if you can be situated so that you're really supported through your whole body. Lying down is really helpful, or laying back. We're going to do a resting practice. And sometimes when we're really depleted, it feels like that's out of reach. I can't possibly do a resting practice. I'm just too exhausted. It's like a child who's overly tired and can't soothe themselves back to sleep. One of the things that we could notice is that we have a nervous system. Our nervous system might be too wired and exhausted simultaneously. That's certainly a possibility. And when we're at this end of our rope, we don't have the resilience that we usually have. We often are crying or irritated or just feeling like it is too much. I can't take one more thing. I can't support one more person who's in distress. I can't take someone's anger that's directed at me that's not legitimate. I can't. I just have to let it go. Let your whole body soften. Part of what we could do right now is to acknowledge just how bad it is, just how overwhelmed we are, how afraid we are, how little support we feel like we can get from other people. Part of that is because everybody is so distressed right now. So our usual supports might not be here for us because they're struggling too. And so continue to breathe. And as you breathe out, let your whole body soften. And see if you could let go into the tiredness, into the fatigue, the exhaustion. And to do that in a way that's not shaming. It's okay right now to be exhausted. It is understandable. We live in these mammal bodies with primitive brains that are feeling really under threat. We have no idea what's going to happen. We just know that what's going on is bad. And it is okay to feel like we're at the end of our rope in these kinds of circumstances. It's understandable. And so letting go of needing to be productive or needing to hold it together might not feel like that's a possibility, depending on your responsibilities in life. But see if, at least for now, just this 10 minutes coming up, you could let go and let yourself rest. And as your body is softening with the out breath, let go of tightness, tension, let go of needing something to be different than it is. We're just practicing in a way, fully accepting this is what I feel like right now. I'm exhausted. I don't have anything left to give. I need to rest. I need people to go away and leave me alone. I need a break. And let your air leave your body. Let your shoulders relax. You're clenching your teeth. Let them soften. Put a bit of space between your upper and lower jaw. And let your mind come to a stillness. So often when we feel depleted like this, our mind is, yeah, but what about this? What about that? Right now, we got 10 minutes. We're going to relax. We could let that go. We're just focusing on resting. That's literally all we need to do right now, is to rest. And as your body softens, as you're breathing out, let your whole body soften from head to toes. And then see if there's a little bit of room to let a bigger in-breath come in. Sometimes even breathing in can feel like too much when we're really exhausted. So you don't have to put a measurement on that or anything. Just notice your breath and see if you could have a little bit more on the in-breath. Let your body be nourished by the in-breath. And if that feels like too much right now, don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Just let yourself settle into the out-breath. Let your forehead and eyebrows soften. Let go of worry. The lower level of the mind has such momentum. And even when we're really exhausted, we can feel just overwhelmed with thoughts. Right now, see if you can let the thoughts be in the background. Remind yourself that you don't have to make a decision. You don't have to plan or think or protect yourself or reach out to someone else. You don't have to do any of that right now. You're giving yourself 10 minutes to rest. And let yourself really feel, I am so tired. I'm exhausted. And I'm letting myself rest. And there might be tears leaking out of your eyes, or you might be off in a train of thought, or it doesn't matter. Just let yourself kind of be present to yourself. Can you allow that exhaustion without any shame at all? There's no need to be ashamed or to feel like you should be handling things different or better. See if you could let that go if there's anything like that in your mind. We're human beings in really tough situations, and it's okay to rest. to let your shoulders drop away from your ears, to let your arms and hands be at rest. You don't have to be doing something for someone. Let your legs and feet be still. Let yourself rest. And if you want something to focus on, you could focus on softening through your body. You could also soften the breath. Notice your lower belly. Let it soften as you breathe out. And the breath can be a really helpful place to put our attention, just to let ourselves be grounded in the body. Notice what it feels like as you're finishing the exhale and your belly is really soft. It's moved back towards the spine. And then see if you could willingly let in the inhale. Sometimes when we're really exhausted, it feels like too much even to breathe in. See if you could open that up a little bit. Just take a little bit more on the inhale. Let the oxygen of your in-breath nourish your body. And as you breathe out, surrender into the resting. Let yourself rest. And if you're feeling really depleted, see if you could plan to let yourself rest going forward. Just because you get a little teeny bit of energy from a resting practice for 10 minutes doesn't mean you have to go and expend that on someone else. We could take in a little more. We could hopefully find a way to rest more, to do things that are really nourishing, like being outside, or if you're lucky enough to have someone who sees you and cares about you, to be with them. Maybe you could get some support, which could be hard for people who are used to being the one that everyone else relies on. But how could you rely on yourself right now? It's not selfish. It's not selfish at all to take care of ourselves. And sometimes we have to do a hard no with somebody to get them to back off. Sometimes we have to very lovingly remind ourselves that we have just as much right as a human being to have rest and support as everybody else. And we don't have to deplete ourselves and let all of the caring go in one way. We could save some for ourselves. And notice your whole body. Notice what it feels like if you're exhausted, if you've really, if you're empty, if you've run out. And that's not something that's going to be fixed in 10 minutes. There might be something else you need to do, more consistent care, or maybe you need some time away, whether that's physically or through zoning out somehow. All of those are perfectly permissible. So see what you could just do for the next few minutes. Is it okay to keep giving yourself this loving attention, this permission to feel exactly how you feel? And give yourself permission to fill your own cup right now, not anybody else's. It's okay to nourish ourselves and to let everybody else do what they're doing for a while. It's okay. And see if you could let go of all of your thoughts and just let your body rest. And as we're coming to the end of any practice, we might feel like we need to kind of jump into action. But see if you could kind of resist that. So many times we have these habitual responses where we're in a pattern in a relationship where the support goes one way from us to other people. And sometimes it feels even impossible to say, that's not going to work right now. So, whatever it is, whatever you're going to do as you come out of the practice, see if you can do that with complete kindness for yourself. There's no right or wrong here. We all have these circumstances that make the right thing maybe not the right thing. Maybe we need to negotiate something, or maybe we need to get angry and tell someone to back off, or maybe we're not going to do this perfectly gracefully. Maybe we're going to sleep for 2 days and eat ice cream, whatever it is. We could really give ourselves permission to do what we need to do for ourselves. Continue the practice as long as you like. Just let yourself rest. Notice your body. Let your body surrender into the support of the floor, the bed. When you're doing a resting practice, see if you can be warm. Get a blanket, be comfortable. Let yourself be nourished. Let yourself take that in and let that sit inside of you for a while. You don't have to spend that right away on somebody else, especially. When we think about something that we might really enjoy that's nourishing and that will help us to build up our reserve again, it might seem selfish to somebody else, but that's not their business. It's ours. So stay in the practice as long as you like. And when you're ready, come about your day again and see if you could allow yourself some time, a few minutes here and there, a little bit longer once a day, to do the things that you know will nourish you and help to let you rest and build up some resilience, whatever that is for you.